See the Problem, Be the Solution by Olivia Barris. Part 1. My original media creation. For this part of the assignment, I decided to create a poem. I am not thin enough. My tummy rolls are showing and my skin is too flabby. My hips are too wide, most would call me a fatty. I can barely fit in my jeans and my thighs are too thick. The only way to solve these issues is by using the help of magic. My mother says I'm tall and slender and I look perfect just the way I am. If that is the case, then why do I slam? Why do I slam about my body's imperfectness? Is this perhaps a sign of a sickness? A sickness? That cannot be correct. I'm physically healthy. Is this all in my head? These thoughts have been rushing through my mind every second of every day. If I continue to think these thoughts, I will surely fall prey. I will develop an eating disorder where I count my calories and do not eat for hours. With that, I will lose weight and finally look as beautiful as a bouquet of flowers. 3 hours into my fast, I'm feeling quite hungry. Oh, how I would kill for something crumbly. 6 hours into my diet, I'm craving some food. Anything really would satisfy. I'll even be fine with seafood. No, I cannot eat. How else will I become petite? Of course, I can just accept my body as it is, but where's the fun in that if I can simply just starve and end up in tears? I am not thin enough. My tummy rolls are showing and my skin is too flabby. My hips are too wide, This poem was called The Start, and it talks about the development of eating disorders. Part 2. My oral presentation. Why did I choose this specific media platform? For my media presentation, I chose to portray my message through the art of poetry. Poetry is a great media platform as it allows me to express my emotions through the written word. It helps me release certain personal turmoils without expressing myself with pages of extra information. By using poetry as my chosen media platform, I was also given the power to improve cognitive thinking not only in myself but in my audience. Poetry helps with intellect as it uses rhythm and beat to string words together to create an overall message. The last reason why I chose poetry as my media platform is because it is therapeutic. While drafting my short poem, I was empowered to open a door to my feelings that in other instances I would not be able to open. To me, it was extremely therapeutic to shine light on dark thoughts in the heart and mind. What is the overall message of my original media creation? My overall message is to raise awareness of eating disorders and how they begin in an average person. In the start of my poem, I wrote negative words about my body or thoughts that other people may think about themselves as well. These words were used to indicate the start of how eating disorders are developed. In many cases, excessive negative thinking about one's weight and body often leads to body dysmorphia, causing an eating disorder such as anorexia or bulimia. Specific choices for my media creation. My poem was written in honor of everyone who is suffering from eating disorders, including my younger cousin and aunt, who happened to survive the terrible disorder of anorexia nervosa. While I was writing, I constantly had them in my mind and used their experience as motivation to write further. In my short poem, I decided to use a few literary devices to further enhance my presentation. The first literary device I used was a simile. This could be analyzed in one particular section of my poem. The section where simile can be spotted is in the middle part of my poem where it states, I will lose weight and finally look as beautiful as a bouquet of flowers. A simile draws resemblance between two things using the words as or like. In this instance, I'm comparing weight loss to beauty. The second literary device that was used was a hyperbole. It can clearly be seen towards the end of the poem. Specifically, it is when I stated, oh, how I would kill for something crumbly. In this phrase, I over-exaggerated my point to emphasize the significance of the statement's actual meaning. In this case, the point is that I'm hungry and would kill something or someone just for some crumbly food. The last rhetorical device that was used was point of view. The short poem is in the author's/my narrative, thus making the audience believe that the poem is about my life. And lastly, how and why these choices for my media creations are significant in understanding and portraying my overall message. These specific choices for my media creation are significant in portraying my overall message. The use of literary devices such as hyperboles and similes affect the reader in a way that helps them understand the text clearer. By adding literary devices into my poem, I was also able to create a specific theme. In this case, the theme is the development of eating disorders. Another way that my choices help prove the significance of my poem is the fact that I use the author's narrative. This is what makes my media creation more special, as it helps make the reader come into connection with the writing piece. As they read the poem, they are appealing to their emotions and imagining themselves thinking the same thoughts that appear in the poem.